Hey everyone. So last night I got to fulfill, I guess, a goal, perhaps a dream of mine that I wanted to just do before I graduate college. I I got to lead more or less an on-campus event. What it was a film screening of the documentary Food Matters, which takes a look at actually not so much food, but more about the healthcare industry, or as the film calls it, the sick care industry, and really dissects that and tries to motivate the importance of nutrition as the first approach or the best approach when it comes to empowering one's health. And it was a very interesting film. Actually, in my maybe 3 years now of just independently researching the kind of things that are talked about in the film, it was mostly consistent, and of course I learned a few new things and I'm questioning a few things, but by and large I wasn't too surprised. I imagine some of the other people at the event really had their minds screwed with a little bit by watching that, but we also had a discussion after the film to help digest that film, since it got pretty heavy actually once it started talking about uh, depression and cancer. I don't know, but that was very rewarding to me to have led that event and have it be successful. And we had maybe 21 students come to it and about 14 stayed for discussion, which is very good considering that it's midterms and spring break is next week. So I'm satisfied. And one interesting thing I thought about from the film was that, of course, the majority of people's reactions to the film initially is one of skepticism, of scrutiny, which I used to hold the belief that, or I noticed that in the past, when I would sort of offer information or ideas related on the subject of health empowerment or health freedom, I would get a lot of skepticism, and I would be uncomfortable with that, if only because I identify so strongly with the subject because I enjoy it so much. But I'm learning to grow past that and definitely value the skepticism and value the scrutiny that people contribute when they're faced with this new opinion that they had never really heard of before, never really considered. And that led me to think of and actually communicate during the discussion a couple ideas related to that. One is, skepticism is great, but it's only half the path to action. If you're going to be skeptical of something, then the next step is to go out and see if what you heard is true, or if it's false, or when is it true and when is it false. And then the other thing is that one should be mindful of, if when they're placing scrutiny on what they hear in the film, for example, do they place a similar amount of scrutiny in what they're already comfortable with? Are they skeptical of what their doctor tells them? Are they skeptical of the foods they're already comfortable eating, and so on? So that film and that discussion gave me a lot to think about. But overall, it was successful, and I'm happy, and I'm so glad spring break is next week. There's nothing really pressing I have to do for the remainder of this week, but I have class until 4 on Friday. Oh well. But yeah, that's just an update. I thought I'd make a more vlog-like video, because it's been a while since I've done that. But anyway, I'm doing well, and I hope you are too. So take care, everybody.